This In the Clinic video will task you with answering the following questions. First, what are carbohydrates? Second, how does the consumption of dietary carbohydrates impact blood glucose levels? Third, what is an organic compound? Finally, how do artificial sweeteners differ from natural sugars? You are an advisory nurse answering calls for a health services company. On the phone today is 54-year-old Brian. Brian exercises regularly and watches his diet. In fact, he and his wife Maureen only consume organically grown food products as part of their diet regimen. At his last checkup, Brian's blood sugar levels were elevated, which prompted his call today. Sugar belongs to a large and diverse group of organic molecules called carbohydrates. Carbohydrates perform a number of major functions in living systems. Their principal function is to act as a ready source of energy to fuel the cell. Hydrolysis, the breakdown of carbohydrates, starts in your mouth and continues in your small intestines. The resulting simple sugars enter your bloodstream and travel to your cells, where they are imported and utilized. Dietary carbohydrates are often classified based on how quickly they raise blood glucose levels, which is a value known as the glycemic index. Bad carbohydrates, which are high in simple sugars and low in complex carbohydrates, are easily broken down in the body, resulting in a dramatic spike and a sudden drop in blood glucose levels. The consumption of good carbohydrates with GI values less than 55 results in the slow and steady release of sugar into the blood. Studies have shown consistently elevated blood glucose levels, a condition known as hyperglycemia, lead to sharp increases in insulin levels, a protein hormone that regulates blood sugar. Over time, chronically elevated insulin levels can lead to diabetes and other health-related conditions. Brian thought switching to organic sugar in his daily coffee would help control his blood sugar. You realize that Brian is a bit confused about the term organic and offer to help clear up his confusion. The word organic means something different in the language of chemistry than it does in the supermarket. In chemistry, organic compounds are those that contain carbon and hydrogen. Because carbon atoms combine in a variety of ways with other carbon atoms and with atoms of other elements, organic molecules are structurally complex, meaning they are capable of a diverse set of biological functions. Organically grown foods, on the other hand, are produced without using conventional pesticides, synthetic fertilizers, antibiotics, or ionizing radiation. Chemically speaking, table sugar, also known as sucrose, is always organic, whether it is organically produced or not. The properties of the molecule do not change. Both have the same GI values and impact blood glucose and insulin levels similarly. Brian next asks about using sugar substitutes instead. Sugar substitutes, also known as artificial sweeteners, are structurally different from real sugar. The impact of these differences in covalent arrangements is twofold. First, sugar substitutes are dramatically sweeter compared to table sugar. Second, because our bodies are unable to metabolize these molecules, they exhibit glycemic indices of 0. They are flushed out of the body, having no short-term impact on blood sugar levels. Before he makes the switch, you suggest that Brian consult his physician, as a recent study suggests sugar substitutes may negatively impact gut bacteria. He agrees and thanks you for your thorough explanations. In this video tutor, we addressed 4 major learning objectives. Remember to always apply your knowledge of microbiology in the clinic.